Hello Glamours, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Now don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the notification bell for more upcoming DIY future videos. For this DIY request, I'll be using this photo as my inspiration to create a similar entryway table demo for a long-term client. If you would like to find out what I created, just continue watching. For my table, I'll be starting off with a strong trifle board that I purchased from Walmart, and it comes very nice and sealed. I'll have a complete list of all items used in the description bar below. This trifle board is very strong and it feels like wood panels, so I'll be cutting it in the center in between the seams, so I may have two. I'll be using one for the top and one for the bottom part of my table. And don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms linked below. For the remainder of this DIY, I'll be using my strongest glue sticks. Next, I'll take each board and I'll be gluing my flaps together. Once I was done, I'll stack them both together and put weight on it until they dry. Once they were dry, I cover both with mirror reflection paper. Next, I'll be taking the board that I'll be using for the bottom base, and I'll be placing markings from away from the corner 3 inches apart, and then I'll be using one of the same rods of the thickness, and I'll trace circles on each 4 corners. Once I was done, I'll use my X-Acto knife to cut them out. Next, I'll be using 5 wooden rods and the same strong foam board, and I'll take the wooden rods and measure them up to the foam board, and then I'll cut them. Once I was done, I wrapped them together with painter's tape, so when it's time to cut them, they'll come out even, and then I cover them with mirror reflection paper. Next, I'll be using this beautiful metallic backsplash contact paper, and it comes with 354 inches, and it comes with a beautiful texture. And when you flip it on the back side, it has easy guidance for cutting. I'll be using the same strong foam board, and this is self-adhesive and easy to apply. Because this is textured, I use a dry hand towel to smooth it on. Because this contact paper is not wide enough, I'll just be adding some pieces, and once you add them on, you won't be able to tell that they are connected. Next, I took my long ruler and I placed it on an angle, and I'll be tracing the line with my silver Sharpie, and then I'll go over with my X-Acto knife, adding some pressure because this foam board is very thick. Once I was done, I just cut off a little off the tip. I'll be using this as my guideline, and I'll be repeating the same cutting steps, and out of 1 foam board, I was able to cut 5. I didn't give measurements because I cut some wider than others, and if you are planning to recreate this table, it'll be up to you on how wide you would like them to be. I cut 12 in total, and now I'll take all my pieces and I'll start putting my table together. First, I'll start off with the bottom base, and I'll insert my rods, and I already placed markings on them. Once I insert them, I'll know what to stop, and then I'll hold them in place by using hot glue. Because I didn't have any help, I had to improvise to level out the legs. Next, I'll be attaching the tabletop, and just keep in mind that this table is a demo, so there will be no drilling or screwing. Next, I'll start gluing and placing my cutouts, and if you notice, I am covering the rods so the rods will not be noticeable. I will continue on the next 3, and when placing my cutouts, I'll be placing them facing different directions so none will be all the same. I had to do some minor adjustments on all my cutouts as I went so they would be able to fit between the tabletop and bottom base. And just as a reminder, I am not recreating the table, I am using the photo that was sent to me as my inspiration. So this table will have a similar style to the photo that was sent to me. And as you can see, I already started placing my cutouts in the center by gluing them in place and facing it in different directions. Next, I'll be using self-adhesive mini Mosaic stickers, and I'll be using double strips for the edges on the tabletop and bottom base. And because some of you are so spoiled, and I love you anyways, I'll be making a matching wall art, starting with foam board and covering it with the same contact paper. I had some painter's sticks on hand, so I'll be gluing them on the back side for reinforcement. I'll be tracing out a square, so I'll start placing markings 3 inches away from the edges. Next, I'll start drawing out my lines with my long ruler, and I'll follow it by sticking self-adhesive mini Mosaic stickers. Next, I'll be using school glue and a brush, and I'll start from the corner, applying my glue, and I'll be working my way up. And just bear with me because I am not an artist and I'm just trying to come up with some kind of design. Next, I'll be using silver, black, and gold glitter, and I'll be starting with the black, and then I'll be using the silver and then the gold, and I'll continue the same steps until I get to the upper corner. Again, I'm not an artist, I'm just going with the flow, trying to come up with some kind of design, so please do not come after me. And since I don't know what I'm doing, I'll be adding crushed glass in between the colors. Y'all are killing me, what I won't do for my longtime viewers. Okay, I know it's not a Picasso, but I guess I'll go with it. And I also sealed it with Mod Podge spray. And because it's light and weight, I use a paper clip as a hanging hook. Here is the finished looks on both. Okay, so the wall art didn't turn out too bad once it came together with the table, but I really do love the table, the way it turned out. So let me give you a little story on this request from a longtime client of mine. She asked for a demo so her furniture artist can recreate this table. Once she seen the one I did, you already know what happened, so I had to go back and reinforce everything with screws to hold it in place and make it stronger. And I told her since day one that that was going to happen. But I really do love the way everything came together, and I hope you do too. Please leave a comment below if you wish. Is it just me, or have I seen this style of table in a movie before? Oh yeah, and there it is. It's a photo of the inspiration in mine, side by side, two different tables with similar styles. Thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun creating this demo and I hope you did as well. Now don't forget, I post new DIY videos every week. Like and share with family and friends and subscribe if you haven't. Comment if you wish. Turn on your notification bell for more upcoming future videos. I'll see you on my next DIY upload.